Every year, as the clock strikes midnight, we tell ourselves that this year is going to be our best year yet. We go to bed full of motivation, hopeful that our best days are ahead of us, ready to wake up and seize the day in pursuit of our best selves. But just like every year, we also lose that motivation just as quickly as we found it. Something goes wrong, or we don't make as much progress as we're hoping for, and before we know it, we've given up on our resolutions entirely. If that sounds like you, then you've come to the right place, because in this video, I'll be showing you how we can make our New Year's resolutions last, not just for the first week of January, but for the entire year, truly accomplishing our goals and pursuing our resolutions all the way until 2025. Hello everyone, happy new year and good morning. I'm so excited to start this new year and also just getting started on being productive and working towards our goals for this year, because at the end of last year I actually had like 2 more videos planned, but as I was editing them, I just felt like they weren't what I wanted them to look like, so I just didn't end up posting them. Anyways, so that's why I took like a 3-week break at the end of last year. But let's get started today on implementing new goals, new habits, and new routines. To set ourselves up for success, we have to first reflect on the year that just went by. Think about not just what we felt went well, but also where we feel like we fell short. Because an essential part of forming an effective plan for the future is understanding our past mistakes and how we can best avoid them. We can start by making a list of goals we gave ourselves in 2023, then ask yourself, which goals did I successfully accomplish and which goals did I not? And most importantly, why? Was it just because we were lazy, or maybe we aimed too high, or even chose goals that weren't actually aligned with what we want in life? Discipline and longevity are as much about willpower as they are about aligning our goals with our true values and priorities, so that the work we do towards them feels meaningful rather than tedious. Answering these questions is the first step towards setting goals. Before we set our goals for 2024, let's remember that our goals shouldn't always be about productivity. You can have goals in your social and personal lives too. We can aim to be more careful about caring for our mental health or to prioritize our relationships more. We can decide that we want to put ourselves out there and challenge ourselves to face our fears, or we can try to use our time more intentionally, spending less time distracted, scrolling on our phones without any real purpose. Our mental health and our relationships are just as important as our academic and professional life. So when we do set our ambitions, we should try to be both ambitious and balanced, not prioritizing one realm of our life over every other. I was supposed to go running by now, but my friend, they're kind of late, so I'm just waiting on them right now. In the meantime, I'm going to eat some breakfast with Mike. We can start by separating our goals into 3 basic categories: our health, both mental and physical, our relationship and social lives, and our professional and academic careers. And make sure that by the time you finish, you have at least one significant, realistic, actionable goal in each category. This is important because no matter the area of our lives, goals are what gives us a sense of direction and purpose. They tell us where we want to go, where to aim our attention and effort. They allow us to focus on something important to us and keep us accountable to ourselves, even when we don't have as much motivation as we would like to. And lastly, they make the work we do feel more meaningful. They give us purpose to our efforts so that we don't wonder what it's all for or feel like it's all going to waste. Alright, it's about 2 p.m. now, and I'm gonna go and run outside. The top and the bottoms are from Lululemon. It's very cold outside. It's 2 degrees Celsius, so I'm gonna put on a sweater and a jacket over this so I don't freeze to death. Putting together a plan of action to accomplish our main goals is just as important as setting them in the first place. Asking ourselves the question, what steps exactly will I take to make this happen, is how we make sure that our goals are not just worth pursuing, but also achievable. For your most important goals, you want to make sure that you have a plan that is concrete, actionable, and as detailed as possible. You want to be clear about what it is you want to achieve, what it is you need that you don't have, how you're going to track, process, and stay accountable, who you can reach out to for help, and how we're going to stay disciplined even when we lose motivation. So while we do want to set a schedule for ourselves and break down our main goals into sub-goals, we also don't want to plan for perfection. Alright guys, I'm done my run. I ran 3 kilometers. Oops, my alarm. And I also walked 1.5 kilometers after that. And now I have a therapy appointment online because we gotta take care of our mental and our physical health. Aiming high is good, but you should always expect that sometimes you won't be as consistent as you hope to be, and make sure that your plan is flexible enough to accommodate that. This is true especially if your goal involves pursuing something new for the first time. Always remember to be kind to yourself and carve out space to make mistakes, to learn, and to grow. As important as they are, it's easy to forget that goals aren't everything. You don't want to see your entire life as just a means to an end, forgetting that each day matters too, all on its own and just for itself. So think about the things that make you smile, that inspire gratitude, and that make you happy to be alive.
There was something going on that should have doubt hanging around. God, oh. Darling, there was nothing right when all you seem to do is lie.
I just changed into pajamas. Yes, it's the same ones I wore yesterday. I'm going to get ready for bed now and have a good, nice, restful sleep before I have to wake up early again. Early. Whether it be reprioritizing your relationship to friends or spending more time pursuing an old hobby, try your best in 2024 to integrate as many such things into your day-to-day life as you can. No matter our goals, we never want to be living our lives only for the future, never being present enough to appreciate the moment that is already here. Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to make your life worth living and 2024 our best year yet.